Peekaboo. Cuddles. Hey guys, it's Em. Today I'm back with another creature feature, the series where I tell you a little bit more about an animal which you may or may not know much about. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and also hit that notification bell up in the corner there. Today's creature feature is about the Burmese Python. Today's video is a sponsored video.
See what I did there? Recognize.
Today's sponsor is Audible. Audible's selection is unmatched anywhere. I've personally been enjoying fantastic beasts and where to find them.
Engorgio. Reducto. Yeah. Perfect.
In addition to audio books, there are also Audible exclusives, as well as original audio shows. I like to listen to audiobooks when I'm cleaning out my enclosures, and I know what you're thinking.
I want to listen to audiobooks while I clean out my enclosures too.
Well, you can. All you have to do is go to audible.com/Emzotic. If you don't have any enclosures to clean while listening to an audiobook,
sadness,
then why not try it on your commute? So visit audible.com/Emzotic to try your own free 30-day trial. Today's creature feature is about the Burmese Python, and I have a disclaimer for you today, or rather a disclaimer. Although the vast majority of snakes kept in the pet trade are well mannered and well handled, it's always best not to handle a large constrictor alone. I would recommend, if you have a snake over 5 or 6 feet, that you have somebody around you who can also help out if something does go wrong. Remember, they are a predator, so don't take that lightly. I personally have someone in the house with me, so if something does go wrong, I'm not by myself. That said, this snake over here is very, very gentle. His name is Bess, and he's one of our rescues. The Burmese Python is one of the largest pythons in the whole world. They can grow to be about 200 pounds and well over 13 feet. Burmese pythons are oviparous. Oviparous means that they actually lay eggs. The opposite of oviparous would be viviparous, and there are some viviparous snakes as well. For example, the anaconda as well as the boa constrictor are viviparous, so they give birth to live young. But the Burmese python is oviparous. It lays eggs. In a single clutch, there can be over 30 eggs, usually between 30 and 40. The Burmese python is a non-venomous snake. They don't have any venom. They don't need venom. What they'll do is they'll sit and ambush their prey. They'll wait until an animal wanders too close, and then they'll strike at the prey, sink in their backwards pointing teeth, which are a lot like meat hooks, and then pull them into their coils, wrapping around their prey and squeezing until their prey either dies from heart failure or asphyxiation. People tend to get very confused over poison and venom. Venom is injected into you, poison is something ingested. So venom would be a venomous snake bite or a spider bite, or even a jellyfish sting. However, poison is something you eat, for example, mushrooms.
Or pumpkin spice lattes.
Pumpkin spice lattes.
In short, if it bites you and you die, it's venomous. If you bite it and you die, it's poisonous. At first, you might be fooled into thinking that Bess's eyes are blue, but they're actually not. They're only this color because Bess is getting ready to shed. Snakes don't have any eyelids. They can't blink. They have a special scale called the brill which covers their eye to protect it. When it's time to shed, a special fluid pushes the old eye cap forwards while a new one forms underneath it. When the snake sheds its skin, the eye cap will usually come off. If a snake is unhealthy or the conditions aren't quite right, the snake can actually retain the eye cap, which can lead to an infection. Bess's eyes look extra blue and bulgy even when he's not in shed because he's a very, very old snake. He was given to us as a rescue and he already had cataracts. He has been seen by a special vet who monitors his cataracts, but don't worry, he's not in any pain. Here's a question for you. Is a snake just a big head and a long tail, or does it have a body? Snakes do have a body, and the Burmese python has a very long body. So this is obviously Bess's head right here. All the way down here, this long train, this is all his body. Until we get to down here. And if I turn him over, you're going to see he's got vestigial legs sticking out just there. And then that's a little opening. Do you see that little slit there? That's an opening that he has. That's his vent, and it's only then from here downwards, which is his tail. The rest of him, from here all the way up,
Well, that is his body.
Snakes have a cloaca. That's where they store their reproductive organs and where they go to the toilet from. It's only after the cloaca where the true tail actually starts. So really the snake has a very long body and only a diddy little tail. It's a common misunderstanding that snakes can dislocate their jaws to eat their prey. That's not true. Snakes don't dislocate their jaws to eat their prey. Snakes don't actually have a chin. This means that their jaws are very, very flexible. Not having a chin means that they can swallow their prey whole. After swallowing their prey, they will reset their jaws into alignment by yawning really, really wide. Next time someone says that snakes dislocate their jaws to eat their prey, now you know differently. The Burmese python comes from South Asia. They're endemic to Myanmar, Thailand, and even in Hong Kong, where I used to live. They predominantly inhabit the rainforest because they like very humid environments. Although Burmese pythons are native to Southeast Asia, they've made their way all the way over to Florida in America. So how did a Southeast Asian snake end up in Florida? Well, there's two possibilities as to how the snake managed to get all the way from Southeast Asia to Florida. Back in 1992, Florida was hit by Hurricane Andrew, and Hurricane Andrew damaged a lot of buildings. This included animal establishments such as zoological collections, as well as exotic animal breeding facilities. It's possible that some of these specimens managed to make their way into the Everglades, where the climate was correct for them to breed and to thrive. The other possibility is simply due to irresponsible pet ownership. These snakes are often bought when they're very cute and very small with a tiny little snoot to boop. But given the right conditions, Burmese pythons can grow very quickly and very large. Not everybody is prepared to keep a snake of this size, so it's possible that irresponsible pet keepers may have released them into the wild as well. Very few animals could predate on the Burmese python when they get to this size. It's really only the alligator and humans which would be a threat to the Burmese python when they get to this size. As hatchlings, of course, Burmese pythons are a lot more vulnerable, but as I said earlier, there can be 30 to 40 snakes in a single clutch. So with the right temperature and a perfect amount of cover to keep them safe, Burmese pythons have thrived in the Everglades and they're causing a real problem. Which is why it's important that if you have a pet snake, you never release it into the wild. If you have to give up your snake for whatever reason, take it to a wildlife center or a rescue where they'll either be able to rehome your animal or point you in the direction of someone who could take it in. Lifespan wise, the Burmese python is quite a long-lived animal. In the wild, they can live between 20 to 25 years, although due to habitat destruction and interference from man for the meat trade and the fashion trade, it's unfortunately getting less and less. I think a lot of people think that snake handbags are made from shed snake skin. That's not the case at all. A shed from a snake looks completely different to its actual skin. It's almost translucent. Hello, handsome. Where are you going? Oh, someone wants hugs. Can you see what he's doing with his tongue there? Ugh, it's a forked tongue, and he uses that to taste the air. It can taste for moisture particles in the air, and that reports back to an organ called the Jacobson's organ. That helps him to build a 3D picture of what's going on around him, and he can detect heat, he can detect scent, and he can also detect where his mates are and his food. Any other snake keepers out there will be able to understand the frustration that this story causes. It's kind of an urban legend that everybody tends to hear at least at some point in their lives when they talk about snakes. And the urban legend goes like this. Ew, snakes? My uncle has a friend who has a snake and it used to sleep under his bed every night. And then one night the snake wasn't under the bed anymore, it was sleeping alongside him. He was worried that the snake was sick, so he took it to the vet. And the vet said, "Your snake's not sick. He's measuring you
to eat you."
So the next time somebody tells you that they have a friend or a family member who has a snake and it used to live under their bed and then it started measuring them to eat them, it's total rubbish. Total rubbish. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope that you managed to learn a couple of new facts about snakes and to see just how amazing and gentle they can be.
And don't forget to check out audible.com/Emzotic to join the millions of other users who've discovered performances by A-list celebrities and incredible narrators just like Eddie Redmayne.
Should we say thanks to Audible? Say thanks. Say bye, creatures. Bye.